Hello, back again. Today I'm going to talk about 9.2. So we'll get that fired up. We don't need 4.3. Okay, 9.2, you can see there's not a lot to this lesson. This is basically, it's called verbs that change meaning in the preterite. So essentially, these are four verbs that we've seen before. And these are verbs whose nature is to be long term. For example, conocer is knowing a person and a place. That's something that typically goes on for a long time. Saber, knowing information. Poder, being able to do something. Querer, wanting to do something. So you have four verbs that in nature are sort of long term. But the preterite is like a split second that occurred in the past. So what happens is when I put these verbs in the preterite, the meaning is going to shift away from the infinitive. So for example, conocer, to know a person, in the preterite means you met that person. Saber, which means to know information, in the preterite means you found out information. Poder plus another verb in the preterite just means that you did that action. You were able to do that action. No big deal. If I make it negative, it means that you tried and failed to do an action. Not that you couldn't, but that you tried and failed. Querer, to want to do something in the preterite, if you put it with another verb, means you tried to do it. And if you make it negative, it means you refused to do it. So here you can see that sort of spelled out for us. I know that, these are all present. I know that couple, I met that couple. I know the answer, I realized the answer, or I found out the answer, I learned the answer. Anything preterite happens in an instant. We can do it, we could do it. I want to go, I tried to go. These two are further changed if you make them negative. If you make them negative, it's not just I couldn't do it. It's I couldn't do it because I attempted and failed. Um, I didn't want to. You didn't want to, and you ultimately didn't. If you don't want to do something and you end up not doing it, that means you refused. So this lesson is just basically long-term verbs whose meaning changes when you put them in the preterite.